Hi y'all, and welcome to the behind the scenes of our storytelling shoot. I am in our office right now. It does not normally look this clean, but we couldn't be having it look a hot mess for a tutorial on organization, now could we? Anyway, we are going to cover so much in this lesson. Today we're going to be filming the A-roll, or that footage of me delivering the script on camera. And first we got to find our framing. You're going to see us get the composition right. Then we're going to do a full lighting and audio setup, and I'm going to be giving you high-end and budget options for your lighting audio. And by budget, I mean you're not going to have to spend a dime. And then we'll talk about how to deliver your script so that you sound compelling, but you still sound like yourself. And I'm also going to give you some serious time-saving hacks so that editing your A-roll is not going to take forever. And then after all of that, of course, we're going to show you the behind the scenes of our B-roll or our accompanying visuals. Okay, we have so much to do, so let's get into it. So, since this is a video all about gear, I definitely want gear in the background of the shot where I'm talking. And we pretty much got two options in this office for that. We've got this little gear corner right here. This is a cute situation. And then we've got our closet with our gear back here. But first, I'm going to place a chair. And while I'm talking about chairs, you might not think that the chair you pick is that important when you're filming yourself or somebody else talking on camera, but there are a few things you should keep in mind. The most important chair tip that I can give you is to not pick a chair that has too high of a back. So I do not want the back of this chair to go up above my head. Instead, I want the background behind my head to be farther away so that it's blurry, I'm in focus, everybody's looking at me. On the other hand, if the seat back is too high, then the couch cushion is competing for focus with my face, and I don't want that. It's also ideal if you pick a chair that doesn't move, so no wheels, no spinning, so that you don't accidentally shift position while recording, no squeaky chairs, no chairs that make noise. Don't pick a chair that's too uncomfortable because you don't want to be looking like you're in pain while you're talking on camera. But don't pick a chair that's too chill either. You want to pick a chair with a straight back because good posture is flattering and leaning back does not look so cute. Lastly, you might not want to pick a chair that is the same color as the shirt you're wearing because then people won't know where it begins and you start and you'll end up just looking like a blob. So we're going to use this chair and I'm just going to remember not to move around in it. And now we're going to test out these background options with the gear in it. And I'm just going to leave this chair here in the middle of the room because for either one of these options, ideally, I don't want to have the chair right up against the background. That's not going to have as much depth. I'm going to leave this chair in the middle of the room, want a little bit of distance so the background's blurry, I'm in focus. All right, let's test these options. Okay, so you're going to be me for a second.
What do you mean, like this?
Yeah, you're going to be small and sit in the chair. What do I want from this? I do like there's this little blank white area that I can put your head in. It's like clean, there's nothing distracting. Can you back up just a little bit? Yeah, good. I like this. This is a definite option, but let's try the other way. Okay, this side.
What does it look like? I can't see back there.
Well, I gotta move around and see if something's speaking to me. But there's not like a good spot for your head. I guess over here is kind of clean, but then you're off to one side. I kind of like for web videos when the person is smack dab center in the screen, like you're staring into their soul, and I don't have a clean spot for you.
Well, there's less on that other side we were looking at.
I mean, I've already decided this is the side.
I'm probably gonna be with you on that.
All right, let's look. Okay.
What's going on over here?
Second side. Like nowhere to put your head, really.
Yeah.
So this is the first side. Like we could do really wide if you want, but I think closer is better, it's more intimate. I also like how you have, what is that called? We did it in the last, leading lines.
Yeah.
You know, on either side pointing to you. Now we need a tripod, yeah. All right, so I've got my tripod here. First thing I want to worry about is the height of it. So remember, if I go too low, it's not going to be flattering. We're going to be looking up my nose, under my chin. Y'all don't need to see that. So we want to go at eye level or slightly higher. Now, as far as the distance, I do not want this tripod to be all up in my grill. It's not as flattering, so I'm gonna try to get up against this wall. Now I'm looking at the edges of my frame and seeing what I want in. I love this art over here on the wall because I did it for $6, by the way. But the problem with it is it's got this reflective surface, and we're gonna be putting lights on this side of the room, and I don't wanna deal with any issues with reflection, so I don't think it's gonna make the cut. So let's scoot over this way just a little bit and get her out. The other reason I don't want it, a lot of times when you have somebody on camera, you don't want to include below the waist. It's not the most flattering, so let's zoom in a little bit. And I also just feel like, because this is going to be a video we're putting on YouTube, I feel like YouTube is a very authentic, personal place, and I like when, you know, the person looks like what they would look like if you were sitting across from them at a coffee shop. You know, you don't want them to be like super tiny in the frame because then they'd be across the room from you. That's not personal, and so you have a really, really loud car. Now, I can also adjust the tilt of this camera here, and remember last time we said we don't want to be chopping anybody's head off, so we're gonna go up just a little bit, and that looks much better. Okay, I like everything in the shot, except the only thing that's bothering me now is that you can see the cord from the air cleaner in the corner there. I think it'd be less distracting if we cut that out. Yes, okay. I think we're done. I think we're good with the composition of our shot. All right, the last thing we want to think about before we get to lighting is the focus, because when I'm sitting in that chair there, I want to be the only thing in focus, and I want to stay in focus the whole time. The big thing we don't want is focus hunting, where the focus is constantly changing because the camera is hunting for what it should focus on. You can use your camera's autofocus for this, but make sure you test it out first, because some cameras do a better job with autofocusing than others. And because we know that the camera's autofocus can get confused when there's movement in the background, you definitely want to avoid that. So you don't want to be sitting in front of some crazy fast screensaver, right? Let's turn this off. Nobody should ever use the screensaver anyway. Now, if you tested your camera's autofocus out and she's struggling, then you're gonna wanna use manual focus like we did at the picnic. And so, you know, set the focus on your subject and then switch your camera from autofocus mode to manual focus mode. Now, if you're filming by yourself, then manual focus gets a little trickier, but there is a way you can still use it.
Wait, you're gonna show them that weird way?
The weird way. I've pre-made a friend, it's right outside the door. This is gonna be Miles' stand-in. You're basically making a stand-in for yourself, and you can just prop it in the chair and set the focus that way. I know it's weird, but I've heard of people using broomsticks. We used to have this creepy doll head that we would practice focus and lighting with. You could go that route if you want to. Anyway, the composition of our shot is locked, it's good to go. And next up, we're gonna set up lighting, so I'll see you in the next video for that.